Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Adeyemo. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Today we have someone here. Her name is Ruth, and she's gonna be telling us about her life, how she was able to overcome a lot of things, all the things she experienced in life, growing up as a child, and I like to this point. And if you know anybody that actually gone through the same, or you have someone that actually gone through the same, just make sure you tell them to watch this video and make sure you share it with them. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's go right into it.
Hello everyone, my name is Ruth. I was born in Lagos, but then due to my mom's brief illness, we had to move to the state to her sister's place, and that was how it all started. Moving to Ogun State, my mommy died, and I had to stay with my mom's sister. We actually three in number. I'm the last child. So when my mommy died, I was still in primary school, but then my siblings were in secondary school. They had to move to the boarding house, so I was always left alone at home with my mommy's sister. So life was really tough. I was always lonely, no mom, no dad, my siblings nowhere to be found. And my mommy's sister didn't make it really cool for me. She was very strict. I don't want to use the word wicked, because growing up, in life, there's a way you decide to take things. If you decide to take it as being wicked, then you are not going to see the good side of the whole thing. But then I took it as she was trying to train me and she was strict. But then it wasn't like that to me. It's growing up that has made me realize, okay, maybe there was a reason I had to go through that phase of my life. So I remembered when I was going to write my WAEC, many things transpired that I might not even be able to recall in this video. For example, growing up, she cooks and then she keeps it in the cupboard, she locks it. She had this daughter then. Her daughter has holding her back. So she locks it, and when it's time to eat, if she's not around, she gives the key to her daughter. And her daughter, measures soup and all those kind of things, many things like that. I could remember when I was in SS3, my mates were writing their jam. I had to wait for a whole year because she was like, oh, that I'm not yet prepared, I'm not ready to write my jam and all of that. That she knows that I'm not going to pass the exam. Even when I was writing my WAEC, she was always saying things like, if I don't pass my WAEC, I'll need to go and work with those people that sell eba. Eba is Gary flakes. Yes, that's what eba is like. So she'll be like, I'll go and work with those people that sells food eba and different things, that I'll have to work my ass out. I'll be washing plates with them before I can raise money to do another WAEC and all of that. Like, growing up was just so tough. Like, no love, no encouragement, no care. Everything was like, do you get? So that was just it. But then, thank God, thankfully, I wrote my WAEC in one sitting and I passed. She was surprised that I made it. So, but then again, it was even time for me to write my NEPO. She didn't even want to pay for my NEPO because she was like, she knows I'm not going to pass. Not because I was dull in school actually, but she just didn't believe in me. Or probably she just didn't want me to further my education. And I wouldn't know. But then, I remember my sister. That was another thing God used in helping me. I had very nice siblings. They finished school by then, and though they were still in their institution when I was about writing my WAEC and NECO, but then they already knew that, okay, they don't have parents that they can rely on. They had to work their ass out. So they sponsored my NEPO, and I remember when I was even going to check my results, I went into this woman's room and told her that I needed money to get that scratch card of the thing that you need to check your results. And then she was like, she can't waste her money because she knows I'm not going to pass, that I should not bother going to check the results. So I called my sister and my sister sent money. I checked the result. The result was good, and I went straight into her room. I purposely read out the results like Yoruba, B3, something like that. So I did that, and I saw it that she was shocked. She was shocked to the marrow because she didn't even believe I could, She was waiting for me to say, oh, I didn't pass or something, But thankfully, I made my WAEC and NECO, even my JAMB, I made it in one sitting. And so, then though I was going through a lot of things, as a child, I couldn't handle it. At times, I find myself in my closet, I cry, I miss my mom, and all of those things. But then, thankfully, all the people I had around me in school, my siblings, they encouraged me that as long as I'm ready to work hard and read well, pass well, and make it to the higher institution, that she can't come to the higher institution and be, giving me bad words, saying bad things to me and all of that, or maltreating me. So I should see that as my narrow escape. I should make sure I read well, pass my exams, make it to the higher institution, and from there things will get better, which was what I did actually. So I realized getting into school, the university, everything became better. I found my self-confidence, there was nobody to always say, do this, do that, like saying harsh words and all. I found freedom. Life in university was really, really a different thing entirely, because now I had already gotten back my self-confidence among my peers, my friends. I knew that there was nothing wrong with me, I knew that I was a beautiful child with a good heart, and I found love around me, my friends, my colleagues and all. I found love, and it made me glow. It made me find that inner beauty in me, and I was already up to the task, doing what I couldn't do before. But though it was really hard, for a child that has spent their whole years being, timid and shy and always scared. Yes, that's the word. It was really, really hard. But then I found a way to, fight it back. I was always assuring myself that I'm actually a good person, I'm actually brilliant, I'm actually confident, I'm actually beautiful, and I'm actually smart. So all those things made me believe that anybody, if I could do it, anybody can do it. Coupled with the fact that I got more closer to God, because then all through that stage of my life, trying to write my WAEC and all, I had nobody else. Then my siblings were in the university, no phone and all. So there was nobody to talk to. Even myself, I had no phone. So the only person I had was actually God. I was always telling him everything. He knew how I was feeling. Then when I was down, I cried and all. So I think God was also another factor that helped me out through the way and all. And coupled with the fact that I made myself believe that this is not going to define me. Despite the fact that I'm going through this, I'm not going to allow it to define me. So I know a couple of people out there, they'll be going through a lot, even more than what I've said. But then just have it at the back of your mind that whatever you're passing through should not define you at all. That is just a phase in your life. There are many beautiful things that will still come out of it. And there are many things that you are still going to look back and be like, oh, thank God I went through this phase of my life. Because now I can look back and I'm like, oh, perhaps if I had parents, they would have pampered me. I wouldn't be this wise and, all. But thank God all this happened and it has made me be who I am. I'm proud to say I finished school very early, served, got a good job. I have another handwork I'm doing, and everything is going on fine, well with me. And I've not allowed my past to define me. So here's my advice: whatever you're going through, just try and persevere through it all, and be sure that in that tunnel there's light on the other side. So that's my own twist. Talking about one of the things that helped me out of the whole situation, I remembered growing up, there was this barber shop we used to have on my street. Then when the transformer spurs, that's where we take our phones and all. And as the little one out of everyone, I was the one that was always taking the phone to charge. So then there was a day, I remember there was this particular day that I went to charge, so I had to stay back, and I saw people trooping into the barbing salon, and the magic, it just got me thinking, like, there's something behind, people coming in with unkempt hair, and they going back, and they look all well and good, especially for guys now. So I sat down and I studied the whole act of barbing, and it kind of sparkled my interest. Like, wow, this is something nobody would think of doing. I mean, as a girl. So that was why I tapped into it, and I'm like, okay, what if I take it upon myself to learn this and start making money out of it? So that was how it all started, and I found out that though then I wasn't allowed to go learn because it was said that I'm a girl. How would I be learning in a place whereby men come around? They might want to take advantage of me and all of that. So I kept mute, even though I knew this was what I wanted to do. So after school, that was university now, I found one way or the other to just dive right into it. And I learned how to barb, and I don't just like the fact that I barb. I like the fact that I can create styles on people's head. I can think of things in my mind and just put it out there. I kind of focus my energy on barbing. Anytime I feel down, when the past comes on thing, I can always pour my energy into barbing. So I can proudly say, like, I'm a successful barber. So it doesn't have to do with going to school alone. If I hadn't gone to school, I would have just dived right into barbing, even from when I was young. But all thanks to God, I was able to still chase and focus on my dreams, and which I've made come true. I barb a lot of people, and they're always like, wow, a girl that barbs and all. So it's just left for you not to allow the situation and circumstance to drain you, or for you not to drown into it. It's left for you to determine that regardless this, there is something beautiful ahead of me, and which was what I did. And today I'm doing good. That was like what made me come out and made me see the beauty in myself. Okay, if I'm doing something that nobody has actually thought of doing, I mean a girl, if I'm doing the profession of a guy, that means there's nothing I can't do. That kind of boosted my morale and my self-confidence, and I felt, wow, so this is it. So this whole thing made me just, I wouldn't say I got over missing my mom, but then it kind of reduced. I could direct and focus on something that I love to do, something that brings me joy, something that I find fulfillment in. I could direct and focus my mind, my energy on that. And though I still miss my mom because I still love her a lot, but then I grew up and I had to find another way around it by barbing and going to work every day. So that is for somebody out there, that whatever you are going through should not harm you, but then to make you become a better person, so that you'll be able to help somebody else with your own story, with your past experience. And I believe with God, that's another factor, the God factor. once you put God first and you make him understand, it's not like he doesn't understand, he does understand you, but then you need to intentionally make him know that I am bringing you into the situation. If you can do that, believe you me, things will just, things will fall into place naturally. Things will happen naturally for you, and you come out of that situation. So what worked for me is I was able to focus on God, and I was able to divert that energy into my handwork, and I was able to prepare well for school. I was able to prepare for my WAEC, I was able to prepare for my NECO, and I was able to do JAM very well. And I passed in one sitting, and I went to school and it was less. I was seeing her face less, sister's energy and everything she's made me feel. She has put me through to affect me. So I coupled with the fact that I was able to go to school, I had my whole exam in one sitting, I prepared very well, and I was seeing my mom's sister's face less, I was hearing her voice less, and I was able to just look within and bring out that beauty in me that I have within me. So that is all that made me who I am today.
Journey in life is harvesting on a farm. You might get caught in the process and be distracted, forgetting the harvest. It is normal as humans to feel pain and cry. Don't focus on the pain. It will distract you on your journey. Focus on the harvest. Guys, I hope you were able to learn one or two things, because I was able to learn, which is you don't have to let what you actually going through or what is in front of you define where you're going to in life. And aside that, I don't know if you have anybody that actually went through all kind of things growing up, who had lost their mother at a very tender age, or who are people, or it might not even necessarily be a child. There are grown-ups out there that have people that are just like off for you, that they actually wish you bad. Like even when they are not saying it, their vibes are, might actually be someone really close to you, that their vibes are actually no. All they want and all they do or all they say are just negative stuff. So when you're with people like that, I just want you to have it at the back of your mind that this person is not going to define me. Their vibe is actually not going to define me, or anything they say or anything they do won't actually define me. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my Joy channel. Don't forget to like and share.